You're not really that good at connecting with people or understanding social dynamics. Yeah, I agree. In this video, I'm going to break down how to gain emotional intelligence, what emotional intelligence is, and how to regulate your emotions so you can take control of the room and just be a fucking dog when it comes to social settings. And if you're a man approaching women and dealing with women, this helps too. Who don't know, my name is KO. I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm a self-development coach. I literally teach men how to become the best version of themselves, because there was one time where I wasn't, bro. I remember I didn't understand emotional intelligence. I didn't know how to read the room. I didn't know how to talk to women, pick out women. I was very awkward, and it was just really bad, and I just couldn't get far in life. If you have no people skills, you won't get anywhere in life, in business, and anything. So it was really bad for me, and it really caused me to go within and do these different practices I'm going to teach you in this video. So you watch to the end, you're going to be a fucking dog when it comes to approaching and being in social settings and just thriving in this world. Like a couple years ago when I was younger, when I first started like getting in the dating scene and dating and stuff, I couldn't read when the woman wanted the guy to make the move, you know, and every guy goes to this, and part of a man's manhood is like dealing with women, learning relationships and shit like that. And I remember, bro, I didn't know when to make the move, and like, should I make the move? I feel that spark, but should I do it? You know what I'm saying? And there's certain body languages and there's certain things you pick up on that you know is the right thing for you to do, for you to make that move. So in this video, that's pretty much what I'm gonna break down, and you're gonna get everything that I learned and taught myself in this video. All this is just self-regulation, it's empathy, it's social skills, it's be able to read the room, like when it goes awkward, how to bring an open-ended question to bring everybody involved. Like there was one time I was in this group with a bunch of friends, and it was women there, and it wasn't awkward. And I'm the type of person where I adapt to the energy of the room, or I'll take over the energy of the room if I have to. And that happened. It was a little awkward, and it was one of those settings where like drinks were involved, and you want to be a good setting, right? And I kind of put the event together in a way. So I said this very strong, open-ended question that got everybody engaged, and it definitely got the conversation back up going again. This is all part of reading the room, having social skills, and just knowing when to add to the conversation. Now, how do you do this is self-awareness. Self-awareness is key when it's social situations, having emotional intelligence, how to read the room, how to impact people in a certain way. Only way that you can get aware is by going within yourself, because you can only get to know someone else as deep as you got to know yourself. If you only got to know yourself on a surface level, you're not going to get to know that person any deeper. You ever meet somebody who's just very vague, they're very straight to the point, they have no depth to them, they have no depth to conversation? That lets you know how much self-work or how much thinking they do. How deep have they went within themselves? You could talk to someone about like everything under the sun when it comes to like mindset and all this different shit. That's how you know that they've been through some stuff, and they had to just look within and ask certain questions to figure out why they did the shit they did, or why they felt the way they did. Like the most wounded people are the most wise people, because people that go through the most shit that's where wisdom comes from. Wisdom comes from experience and pain, and when you transmute that, that's when you grow and you see a lot of abundance. But journaling is like the #1 thing I would say if you want to start gaining that emotional intelligence and being able to read the room. When you journal and you put your thoughts onto paper and you read them out loud, you start to figure out why your mind works the way it does, and you start to understand why you feel the way you do. And meditation, because what this does is it's giving you that awareness that, okay, I understand what triggers me, because you have to understand what triggers you. What emotions make you trigger? Why does it make you trigger? And when you understand that, you know why it wouldn't someone else. The only reason why I would know me saying these things and make this person feel that way, because I know it would make me feel that way. I'm not saying me and that person are the same person, but I know that energy is similar. Everyone knows what sadness feels like. Sadness feels the same way for everyone. Maybe it's a lot more intense for another person, but we know that sadness feels a certain way. So another key tip I will say is empathy. You have to have empathy, okay? When you don't have empathy, it's really hard for you to connect with people and read the room. People love to hear about themselves. People love to talk about themselves. If you really want to connect with someone, if you really want to understand someone, get them to talk about themselves. There's 2 ways that I like to do it. 1, 7 layers deep. Ask why 7 times to the same question. Oh, I don't like people. Why? I don't know, because people just make me feel awkward. Why do they make you feel awkward? I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not comfortable talking. Okay, why are you not comfortable talking? And you get people to open up, and people don't get to speak like this to other people. Now I want to ask them why, because everyone's caught up in their own world. Or you just ask open-ended questions that get them to answer anything but yes or no. You know, you don't want to ask a question that they're going to say yes or no to. Ask them a question where they have to answer. These are ways to gain empathy. This is ways to let people know you care. The reason why I feel like I'm a likable person in most manners is because people feel that I genuinely care, though. Like, you can't just do this just because you know that it's going to be emotional intelligence and it's giving you that hand up in a social situation. You got to genuinely work this skill and actually be like interested in trying to get to know this person, interested in trying to figure out why this person feels the way they do. This gives you the insight on why people do the things they do. It's kind of like psychology in a way, but having emotional intelligence is key in business, is key in world, and is key in entrepreneurship. people like to feel heard. So if you make people feel like they're heard, you are going to be their drug. You're going to be something they're addicted to, because people like people that make them feel good. You know, the thing with the people in your life you love the most, those are people that make you feel good about yourself. Now, the next tip is assertiveness, or asserting yourself or having some form of solution solving abilities. You're someone who can assert themselves in a dominant situation. You can take control of a situation when it needs to be. I told you earlier, the situation was getting awkward. I said a question that was very vague and very sphinx-like and very cutthroat in a way that made everyone, it pulled an emotion from everyone and it got everyone thinking. Me being assertive and taking control of the social situation. Or, like I said, having that solution-oriented mentality. You're someone who has solutions to most things. You're a very resourceful person. You are of value. And I'll be honest, being a man in this world, if you don't have that value, if you don't have those solution-oriented type qualities, you need to get that, because that's what makes you valuable. If you think about it, the most valuable people in friend groups, the most valuable people in business relationships, the most valuable people in relationships in general are the ones that bring the most resources, the ones that have the most value, the one that provides the most to everyone. If someone is the keystone to a friend group, if someone's the person of the friend group that is providing the most value, if someone's the person of the business relationship or that business that is providing the most value, they're less likely to get fired. They're less likely to get pushed away, simply because they provide the most value. They understand how to, you know, have emotional intelligence, how to understand people, how to come with solutions. I have a friend that once lacked this understanding of like the social awareness in the group, or not, I wouldn't say fully lacked the social awareness, but just did know the power of how he could be an effect in a group of social setting with emotional intelligence, social skills, assertiveness, taking control of the energy of the room. And once I told him about how you need to just listen more and speak less, you learn more about people. You learn why people do things they do. You look at body language. You pick up on why people say a certain thing or how people move. And some of us already have this natural instinct. It's like a common sense. Like it's one of those things that you either got it or you don't. Like you can tell when someone's lying. You can tell when someone's bullshit, and you can tell when someone's like doing something because the other person's there. Like, some people have this like emotional awareness. They have this emotional intelligence in the social cues, but it's like, in order to really be a fucking dog in social settings and business and entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence will take you really, really far. I really just scratched the surface with this. I've been working on these skills for years, and it's definitely why I've gotten to where I'm at and why I have the business connection that I have because of that. So if you guys want to learn more, comment down below. I'm chosen, or DM me on Instagram. I'm doing coaching. I'm coaching, helping people change people's lives every day, man. I love what I do, and I love helping people. So if you guys love this, man, like I said, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next video. Peace.